Hi, I'm Angela Hughes, luxury travel entrepreneur and owner of Trips and Ships Luxury Travel. And I also run the Luxury Travel University, helping you grow your luxury travel market segment. And today I am super excited to be joined with Sheila Folk, who is also lives in Orlando by me, not far, but the owner of Travel Industry Solutions. And do you want to introduce yourself, Sheila? We've been waiting for this day forever to talk about your brand new product, and I'm so excited. Tell us what you've got.
I know, I am too. I just can't believe the day is here. My name is Sheila Folk. I am actually the owner of Beyond Travel, which is a luxury agency. November will mark 3 years that I've been in the business. And it's kind of hard to believe. My first 2 years, I built my business to $8 million in revenue, which I seriously, I don't know how I did it. I don't know when I slept. I don't know when I had time for my family. But all of those trials and tribulations and successes led me to develop Travel Industry Solutions. And it's been a labor of love of mine for, about 8 months. We started this project back in late January, early February. And the day is finally here. Like, it's ready. It's out there. We actually have some of our first sales.
Okay, let's talk about this for a minute, because this is a brand new product line, Travel Industry Solutions. And when we first connected, I was just going nuts on just how fabulous this was, how much we just needed this product. It's like a business in a box, but so much better than a business in a box. That almost dumbs it down. Tell us exactly what Travel Industry Solutions is, and why you felt the need to create this to begin with.
I guess when I first started, I was with a host agency who really encouraged us to rebate,
Interesting.
Be the cheapest one out there to get the sale. They were a great start for me. I got my feet wet, but there just wasn't a whole lot of training on how to sell my value and how to communicate effectively with clients.
Right.
So being that I'm a business person, I just kind of figured it out, and I had started this business with my mom. I started documenting all of the questions that my clients had. I became the master at Googling things while I was on the phone with my clients. Right. They would ask me something and I wouldn't know, so I would Google it. But I always went back later and wrote it down and started documenting all of the things that I had learned along the way. I found there just weren't a lot of tools out there to help me to communicate, to learn how to charge fees, to protect my business. Over time, I became a lot more confident and comfortable because I started developing systems that I saw were really working for me, and I was acquiring the type of clients that I, eventually have now, or wanted at the time. So, and I also belong to a lot of the travel advisor Facebook groups, so I could see a lot of the questions that other advisors were asking. And I would document those. And I see there's, a great number of super people out there who provide, social media training. You provide awesome one-on-one consulting for agencies. And I realized there's nobody out there who is giving you those administrative tools in a box, that business in a box. So what we offer is compliant contracts. They are legal contracts. They are not templates. They are insured for compliance in all 50 US states. And as a matter of fact, we've been asked to develop a product suite for Canada. So Canada is next up for us. Good. I've assembled all of the tools that I used, scripts, booking tools, client communication, and also pulled those together into our suite of products. So you have contracts, booking tools, scripts, and customer touch points. And I mean, the product is so exciting. I can't even tell you about why it's so great. One, we warranty everything. So many agents are scrambling and they're going on the internet and they're looking for templates like we've all done in the past, and trying to interpret the law, but we're not really protected.
Stop right there for just a minute. Tell me what the danger in that is doing. I'm guilty of that. I've gone out and found a one-off template and used it for a client. Why should agents be careful with that? So let's do some education here right now, because I see people asking for documents and templates all the time. So what's the danger in just finding one and signing it off with somebody?
Well, you're exposing yourself to liability. Mm-hmm. And right now with COVID and everything that has happened and the exposure that agency owners have had, now it's more important to protect your business. And it's pretty funny because I actually started this project before COVID even happened. And the timing just happened to be so much more critical and relevant. But the exposure that you have, also laws change. Are you keeping up with those laws? Are you incorporating those into the templates that you find online? Mm-hmm. Do they all work in tandem? Because in our suite, every single one of our documents references another, so that there is no question that your client is signing off on those pieces and parts.
Right. So some of the most important documents that you have for travel agencies, one I think is really important is the independent contractor document to start with. And you've got one for people that might do administration work, and then you've got one for sellers of travel as well, agents who sell travel. Can an agency modify the documents? Let's say they want to add in another clause that they had in one of their former contracts. Can they?
Well, okay, so yes and no. We do have a compliance team, and let me just back up about who's on our team, and then I'll get back to your question if you don't mind. So I'm the co-founder and managing partner. I'm the one who brings the agency experience to the table. And I had some really awesome clients. They're high-end luxury clients. He owns a contract and compliance company in the banking world. And he is the only one in the United States, and he's been around for over 4 decades. It is one of the most highly regulated industries. His wife happens to be an internationally known trainer in the financial world. So when I brought this idea to them, because I knew they had that experience, they jumped on it. They said, this is a great opportunity to, elevate the industry. And then we have also a legal team that specializes in travel law. So getting back to your question, yes and no. We do have a compliance team. For those who subscribe to our product, they'll get to meet with our compliance team twice a month to ask questions. We will review any changes that you may want us to make, as long as they don't change the legal integrity of the document. Then we can make some modifications. But I think that once people see how they're set up and how thorough they are, they're really not going to be asking for those changes.
So that IC document is, I think, one so many people are out there looking for. You have documents for your website as well. Can you talk about that?
So that's really important. I think a lot of people don't realize they're not compliant. You need to be compliant with California privacy laws. Those need to go back to your own privacy document, the terms of use for your website. So we're not just thinking about contracts in terms of terms and conditions, COVID waivers, and IC agreements, we've also expanded this into your business practice. And that's why we say it's really a business in a box. It's not just those 3 or 4 key pieces that everybody is looking for. And,
So,
you know, like the IC agreement, let me give you an example. I've seen some stuff out there, and I think that agency owners, even those who have been in the business for a long time, don't understand how you really have to delineate between your ICs and your agency. You have to delineate down to how your ICs are displaying their name and their credentials, and as it pertains to your agency. That's really, really critical. Not too long ago, I talked to an agency owner in South Florida who had been audited by the IRS. The IRS really does not understand our business model. And what it did for her was to show her all of the holes that she had in her contracts, from the clear separation to how her ICs were going to be paid out if they decided to retire or leave, to what types of things would be included with their affiliation. There's a host of moving pieces and parts that we often don't think about or consider when we're just going out online and grabbing these templates.
yeah, I mean, I've even learned a few things about that. And we're not going to hold you to be our lawyer or our accountant in this discussion. So let's make that clear right here. But I mean, there's definitely some things with the IRS. I mean, the contracts really help keep you separate. And also, if you have ICs, they should always be an affiliation of, whether they were under your name or under their own name, and carry their own errors and admission insurance. We've had multiple conversations with that.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about why somebody would want to use your product just instead of going out to some of, I mean, we've seen a lot of pop-up lawyers throughout this that are now doing contracts. Can you make a comparison? And I don't expect you to have gone out and looked at all of those, but why would your product be a better solution than what we're seeing in some of these pop-up documents?
Well, first and foremost, they are insured for compliance in all 50 states. That's a biggie. We also keep them up to date with changing laws. That's another really huge piece that we have as part of our suite. We also have an entire suite of booking tools, scripts. We will continually add to our product line, and you have access to a compliance team. So you never have to worry about that side of your business again. Somebody is always taking care of it for you. You know, when you go out to our member portal, that the latest agreement you're grabbing is the one that is most up to date.
Okay, so I know we've got viewers watching right now. If you have questions, just put them in the comments. You don't need to go out to StreamYard and leave your name and everything. We just want to see your comments. We'll put them up on the screen, and Sheila will be answering those questions. Tell us what your website is. Where can they find you, first of all?
It is travelindustrysolutions.com.
Okay.
And oh boy, I'm so glad it's finally up.
Let's talk about your different packages that you offer, and I'm going to try to bring it on screen actually. So, and this is a first time for me live. I've done this twice and it doesn't always go so smooth, but can you go ahead and just talk to us a little bit about the different packages that you provide? And I'm going to go out and try to find your website and see if we can bring this up.
So there's basically 2 doors. It's pretty simple. You're either a solo advisor working on your own, and you have a certain set of needs, obviously, that are different from an agency owner. So that's door number 1 is the advisor. And then door number 2 is the agency owner. And within both of those doors, it's almost like QuickBooks. You can buy a basic package or you can buy an advanced package. And all of the pieces and parts are laid out there. What I did not do was go into detail about the scripts and the booking tool pieces.
Okay.
So that everybody knows you're not just being handed 5 scripts. I think it's very important to delineate between luxury and mass market, cruise and land.
Okay.
So you're going to have a lot of helpful information that will not only be great to automate if you have a CRM or some sort of a program that will allow you to do it, but to speak to your clients about specific topics. The other great thing that we did was pulled together a toolkit. It describes every single document, what it is, how it's used, and when you use it. So we absolutely take the thinking out of it for our advisors. That's my motto with my clients, is I want to take the thinking out of it for my clients.
Right.
I want to take the thinking out of it for travel advisors as well. And I mean, we even go into seller of travel guidance on, you know, how to display your name if you're with a host agency, if you have ICs under you and you're with a host agency, if you're an independently credentialed agency, how everything should be laid out, how to collect fees, and what are the important states to pay attention to. I've been on a lot of calls lately and I see agents that are collecting through Venmo. I mean, you have you have a fiduciary responsibility here. You should be collecting fees through your business or your host agency, and definitely paying attention to those laws in those key states.
Yeah, and that's definitely key in Florida, and we've gone the rounds on that because it's tricky. It's really tricky. Talk to me about these script reminders. So if you guys notice right here, we've got 20 booking scripts and reminders and 10 designed customer touch points. Tell us a little bit more in detail about those.
So those are what I was referencing just a minute ago. I break them out into cruise, luxury cruise, mass cruise. So you're provided with everything from your welcome email, you know, thank you for your booking. These are the next steps. Here's what to expect from me throughout your entire booking journey. Then, of course, that first one will reference some legal language and go back to the terms and conditions. And then each additional script within those suites is a reminder. And what I do, I have an assistant. She queues up my reminders and then sends them out on the appropriate day. You know, now it's time to reserve your dining. Here's, you know, let's talk about your shore excursions. Oh, by the way, I have a really great outside shore excursion provider. If it's land, it's time for you to let me know if you want me to reserve your restaurants of choice. And then I send them their list. Of course, I charge for that. Let's not forget all of these extra things. I charge a concierge fee to book those things. Now, not to remind them. I don't charge to remind, but if they want me to go ahead and book, then I do that. But that's really the gist of the scripts, is we're laying out the entire journey from the time that they book with you until the time that they travel. And the customer touch points are great because they're professionally designed. They're everything from cruise tips, packing list, tipping guide. So all of those are professionally designed, and then you can just plop your logo right on top and add your brand.
Okay, so we've got a question here from Wendy Davenport. Can you talk a little bit about the instructional toolkit?
Sure. So the toolkit, in essence, is a complete summary of everything that is included in your purchase. We detail what is covered in every single element, every document, every contract. I've provided you guidance on how to use that document and when to use it, whether it's just in the discovery phase with your client or in the post-booking phase. So all of that is included in there. And then we go over a lot of the field definitions because our contracts are fillable contracts. So you'll fill it in with your own company information. You will set whatever your terms are for instance, your planning fee. Like in the planning fee agreement, I have it broken out. It's by land, by hotel. If you know your hotel that you want to book, I'll charge you this. If you need me to give you 5 recommendations, I'll give you this. So all of those documents are fillable. So we go over the field definitions, and then we go into detail on the seller of travel laws and the collecting fees.
Okay, so the first question that I had for you, and I want to make viewers know that, like the service fee agreement, you're coming out with digital signature in phase 2 of this.
In phase 2, correct.
So there's more to come. This is just the beginning. You've got lots of stuff coming in the pipeline, because I'm always a big fan of automating everything that you can. And so if you're using an automatic, email sender provider, you can take these resources and plug them into the system that you're using and automate this.
Correct.
So yeah,
and we know that's really key. I know that's key. Automation was key to me being able to handle the volume that I did. I'm big on automation and tools to help me.
Right.
So in phase 2, we do have plans to do automations actually directly from your login, as well as e-sign. That'll be a key piece too. So we already have our list of enhancements, but the product is so important and so needed right now that it was worth it for us to not drag this out another 8 months to bring in a custom developer to build an entire back-end system.
Right. I mean, this just makes me so excited because people have the time right now and the energy to just kind of tie up all these loose ends. And I'm seeing this, like you said, all over the internet of like, oh, I want to tighten up my terms and conditions. I want to do this. I want to do that. And now you've just made it so simple and easy for people to do that. Let's talk about price, because I know that you're running an introductory offer right now. And so tell us about the prices for, let's just talk about agencies as a whole and how that works right now. And then we'll go to individual agent pricing.
Okay, so currently we have an introductory offer that is $200 off your full pay. So you have 2 choices. You can pay in full and receive $200 off, or you can divide this out over 3 payments over the course of the year, which I know a lot of agents are struggling right now, but this is also something that we all really need right now as well. So again, it's the $200 off, and I think that you'll put it in the comments, Angela. It's the LTM 2020 that they can enter into the discount code. Now with owners, we've done something a little bit different in that you have owners basic and the owners advanced, but as an agency owner, you probably have ICs. So with the initial subscription, you get yourself and 2 ICs. And if you scroll down to the bottom, Angela, you'll see that we have group licensing. So
am I in the right spot? Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, to get up to 10 agents, you pay the annual fee plus $199 total. It's not per agent, it's just total. And then if you have more than 11 agents, you just have to call for pricing so I can, set it up in the system. Okay,
so let's go to, I'm so proud of my skills today with this program. Not with your program, just with my live. We haven't been able to do a lot of live with screen share because it takes a special gift and talent to run all of these at the same time. Let's talk about this for agents alone. It's cheaper if you're just an advisor.
It is. It's a lot cheaper. So it's $699 if you get the $200 off, which, I mean, I know how much I spent on legal contracts when I started building those for my own agency.
And I know how. Stop there for just a minute, Sheila. When you go out to a lawyer, I am guesstimating probably $5,000 plus, because I show the value of this at a minimum.
At least. And so not only do you have the legal fees, you have a copywriter, you have a graphic designer, and I'm speaking about the product as a whole. The value is off the charts, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because it's my product, because let me tell you, I did wrestle really hard with the price point because I love this industry so much. I am so passionate. Anybody who knows me knows that I want to see everybody succeed and have the right tools to catapult them to success. So we weighed out, you know, the cost, what our planned enhancements are. Yes, easily you'd spend several $1,000s. And even if you bought a template, let's say you went online and bought a template for $100, just to take it to your attorney to hopefully have it be, you know, in the right format, and he knows travel law, you're looking at spending another $400 or $500 easily just on one document.
So really, you're getting all of this.
All of it.
For $6.99 today, if you're an advisor. Okay, really quick on the advanced features. So here's the difference with the advanced. You're getting the group leader agreement, the influencer. Can you talk about a few of those? Because those might be words that some advisors aren't even really familiar with, or why do they want to upgrade?
Well, as you know, bloggers are huge in this industry. I think it's a missed opportunity for travel advisors to not forge relationships with bloggers. There are some that have several 100,000 followers. I'm in one group where this came up as a topic of discussion several months ago. We were all talking about how we could, as an industry, all support and help one another, because there were lots of disciplines within this group, and blogging is huge. So the influencer agreement actually establishes the relationship with anybody who may be an influencer for your company.
Okay.
And blogging is just, bloggers are one great example. Referral agreement, that's another one. I, for a long time, worked with various friends in town who have sent me referrals, and you know, they've never asked for compensation per se, but recently, I'd say within the last year, I've had a couple of people make overtures that they would like to refer business to me for a cut. So it spells out, you know, what that relationship looks like and what you're willing to pay them for that relationship.
And what about, yeah, keep going. No, keep going. I was just going to ask on the email list.
Email list agreement, it's the same premise or theory, is that you're purchasing an email list from somebody, and you want to define that relationship and what it looks like. And the non-solicitation, that really goes hand in hand with every agreement you have, particularly your group leader, your influencer, your referral agreement. You don't want those people soliciting to your clients. That's super, super, super important. Or if you're contracting with a ground operator, let's say in Africa, because I've heard the stories, and one of them is a ground operator in Africa who is a preferred supplier with another network, and they solicit those clients when they're on the ground for future travel again. So having that in place is really important. And I will tell you that if you do not define the relationship up front with your clients and your suppliers and your ICs, they're going to define it for you. Make no mistake about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So it really pays, I feel like, to go with the advanced package, because now you're getting everything that you need. How does it work now? Once somebody signs up, is it theirs to own? You said subscription before. Talk about the subscription piece really quick. And again, if you have questions, throw them in the comments. We've got Sheila Folk here from Travel Industry Solutions, solving all of your problems today.
It's a licensing agreement, so it's we only back it with a warranty. If you are using our latest product, you are actually purchasing a license for 1 year.
Okay.
We do have very strict copywriting guidelines in place. We are trademarking our product. We are in the trademarking process now. So the license agreement clearly spells out what your obligation is and what our obligation is. Again, setting the tone and the expectation from the beginning.
Yeah, I like that so much.
I will tell you that we have been working with my host. So I'm with Nexion, and I've been working with Jackie and her team since, I guess, March on this project.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be speaking at Connection for 2 sessions, and then I will be exhibiting as well. But in order for them to promote our product, they had to take this to their legal team. So the chief counsel at Internova, which is the umbrella corporation, did sign off on our products. And the response was, wow, 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 you have covered so much and probably so much more that people are going to have questions. So just prepare for you to have folks ready to speak to your compliance team about all of the inclusions that you have.
Right, right. Going back to just us now. So let's wrap this up. And again, I'm just giving you guys a few minutes here to ask questions because Sheila wants to answer all of your questions. And I think I've had lots of questions. Here comes one actually from a DMC in Africa. He says it's happened a lot in Africa, but such companies ended up losing business. And he's probably referring to taking clients and marketing directly. So thanks, Bernard. He's watching, and we're going to have him on the show down the road.
Bernard. Yes.
So he's just agreeing with you there. Yeah. So it's so important just to tie up loose ends. I feel like for me, this is everything that I've ever dreamed and have wanted. And in fact, when we became friends and got to know each other through the product, I was out looking for my own templates. I was out at ASTA, I was out at here, and I would do that. I would take the template to a lawyer. And so I, again, just can't emphasize how much money this can save you guys by just buying the whole subscription and then being able to update it, because some of your agents only, if you're an agency owner, you know, they only stay on for sometimes only a year and you're having to redo things and so forth. Do agencies, I have my agents sign a new contract every year. What do you find that most agents?
You need to every year. Absolutely. They should sign a new contract every single year. All of your contracts should be updated at least once a year. If not,
and that's why the subscription is super important, because you need to get the most up-to-date information. And I know I've been guilty of holding on to contracts for 2-3 years. And I didn't realize, I'm not a lawyer, I didn't realize how much risk that really put me at by not updating things, only when kind of needed, per se.
Well, I think that we all, learn our lessons, especially if we get burned. I think a lot of times it takes getting burned before you actually are willing to take that deep dive and plunge into it. And what I like is this is so much more than a contract suite. I have poured my heart and soul into this. I have shared so many of the methodologies that I've used to take my agency to $8 million. And I want to be a resource for advisors who need these fundamental administrative pieces for their agency that just aren't available to them. And I am happy to answer any questions if somebody emails me directly.
How can we find you? What's your email address?
It is Sheila, that's SHEILA at travelindustrysolutions.com.
Okay. And real quick, how long you're not keeping the discount open forever. So talk to us about this introductory offer, especially on today's show, how long you're going to keep this open.
So we're looking probably at about 30 to 60 days for our introductory offer. And after that, it will go away. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys, you heard it first here today. You've got the discount code LTM 2020. Again, you need to buy the full package. If you end up doing the payment plan, the code is invalid.
Right.
Is that right?
That's correct. And you can over
the big full meal deal, right?
Correct. And just so everybody knows that you do have an upgrade and a downgrade option. If you decide you get the basic version and in 6 months you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. There is an option within our member portal to do that. So there's plenty of great things too on the horizon. I mean, just talking to you, we've already come up with a list of several things that I'm going to add to phase 2. And I've talked to a couple of other advisors. So we've already got new product in the works to add to this.
Yeah, we love just being able to be an advisory board for you and tell you what we want. And then you're building it to create products for the 2021 agency. I love that. Okay, so Sheila Folk, Travel Industry Solutions, get out there and buy that product right away because it's not going to stay this cheap forever. People use discount code LTM 2020. And check out our group over at Luxury Travel Social Media and Marketing. It's part of my Luxury Travel University where we consult agencies and hoteliers, hospitality industry and DMCs to grow their luxury travel marketing segment. And also check out my agency, Trips and Ships Luxury Travel. And so we'll see you next time. We've got tons of great things coming up. Thanks, Sheila, for being with us.
Thank you.